Well, it's been quite a while since Renault brought me such a special guest. Hello, Your Highness. Welcome to my lair. I hope the kidnapping didn't come too inconvenient to you. It's good to have you back. Why, of course. I ordered Renault to stay a bit more careful with you this time. The bruises he gave you last time were truly inconvenient, and not only that, but just quite rude. You are one of my honored guests. I want to make sure you are nice and comfortable. And don't get too clawed up by dragons. Unless you're into that, of course. Oh, come on, don't look at me like that. I'm just kidding a little. What, can't I mess around with an old friend of mine? I've missed you. How have you been? I've been good myself, thank you for asking. I decided to renovate the place a little. Hence, I can now give you a more comfortable place to stay until the cavalry arrives, instead of those musky dungeons. Though, do go there before the others come here. Well, if they figure out I'm not the monster that they think, we might not be able to do this as properly anymore. If they were to figure out I'm not who I pretend to be, this might get a lot more difficult. Oh no, I don't mind that they know I'm sentient. I mean, they are quite aware of that. But they think I'm more evil than I actually am. And if I were to show myself as more smart than they think I am, I might be killed. Now I'm just left alone until I steal some treasure or a far-off princess. It is quite fun though. I love having chats with you guys when I capture you. Oh, come on now. You know you're not the only one. I steal many princes and princesses. But you are definitely my favorite. I think they've noticed too. The security around you has been a lot higher. It was really hard to schedule this kidnapping this time. Now, don't worry. This is all part of the plan. The moment you become the new royal leader of your court and aren't just one of the children of the king and queen, you can, arrange meetings with me publicly. For now, you will just have to keep it under wraps with me. Please, can you do that? I know it isn't fair, but what can we do about it? You humans think that you know everything about us dragons, even when you don't. And I don't blame you for that. It just makes things a lot harder when meeting up with one of your closer friends, especially if that one happens to be a royal, like yourself. But tell me, how have things been going in the castle? I've heard someone has their eyes on you. Do you mind telling me more? One of your knights, you say? And will they be coming here today? Most likely, huh? Well, let me ask you this, Your Highness. How do you feel about this knight? No reason, of course, just out of curiosity. Do you feel the same emotions they have towards you? The same type of affection that they crave? You don't? Really now? That's just good to hear. Then you wouldn't mind if in the upcoming battle they were to get injured or even die. Depending on how bad they fight back, of course. Well, now, don't get too upset. I'll try to keep the injury to just that they can work at the palace anymore. At least not in the division that's, responsible for your safety. My dear Highness, that you haven't figured it out by now is both admirable and worrying. Do you really think I would just kidnap you like this and bring you to this lovely lair, even redecorate the place for you, if I didn't at some point have some form of desire towards you? A desire for friendship at first, perhaps, but that was when we were still kids, when I was just a small hatchling, and you just a child. We're older now. and those desires have developed. I'm saying, Your Highness, that I've grown quite fond of you, and that if I could, I would have kept you here a long time ago, never let you go. But I understand your people must need you, and that you must come back to your royal duties, and since sneaking out of the palace isn't an option, hence the kidnapping. But I don't just take you here for a nice chat, or for a fun battle, although those can be quite interesting, and I can amuse myself with them. Reynolds seems to definitely like them. But I do, however, also wish to talk to you, and just have you for myself for a little. Now, don't be alarmed. Nothing will change. I simply had to state my feelings and what I thought about you. But truly, you are one of the most glorious beings in this world. No dragon or human or elf or anything can compare to you. You are simply marvelous. And I really appreciate that you dare hang out with me. You know, not many creatures would be as brave as you are to hang out with a dragon, even if I can take on a humanoid form for you. Why, of course. I felt like this for a long while. I simply didn't feel like it was the right time to tell you yet. However, times have changed, and this felt right. It felt like today would be the right time to do it. After all, you're going to be engaged soon. Probably even married off to another royal if you're not careful. I wanted to let you know before that how I felt about you. A while now. Well, why would I worry too much about it? I know that if you are truly my friend and ally, that you will not treat me differently after telling you this. Yes, I would love for you to say yes and say that you feel the same way towards me, but we both know that chance is very slim. I came into this conversation knowing I would be rejected, and knowing there would not be any happy romance for me. After all, a dragon and a human are just not meant to be. You have something to tell me? Of course, Your Highness, whatever it may be. Do you really? Wow, that's just a lovely surprise, isn't it? I didn't expect the Royal Highness themselves to have fallen for a dragon. It is quite unusual. But I won't say I'm going to complain. I'm quite relieved. Ecstatic even. Would I have your permission to hug you, Your Highness? Well, I'm not just going to touch you. I've always asked permission. Things aren't going to change now. Thank you. I'm aware I'm quite warm. It is part of being a dragon, I suppose. But you are really gentle to the touch as well. I just love the feeling of your hair. Do you enjoy it when I stroke it like this? Good. And then would I have permission to continue that? However, perhaps seated on the couch? I imagine it is quite more comfortable than standing here like this. Of course, my dear. Alright. You like that nickname? Good. Then I'll continue using it. If at any point you want me to stop, you know what to say. Just tell me and I'll stop. After all, your wish is my command, Your Highness. You're so soft. I'll be honest, I didn't expect this outcome at all. I thought you would have told me to not talk to you anymore. I would have ceased the kidnappings after this if you so desire. No, truly. I care too much about your well-being to keep you here against your will. I would have waited until the cavalry arrived, fought them off with minimal hard feelings, and then just let you go. However, from this point on, I can imagine that the kidnappings will become a bit more frequent. You'll just have to figure out a way to let me know when it is and isn't inconvenient. Perhaps I can arrange something with Reynolds. We will see. Or perhaps I can ask Mira to send you a letter. Oh, Mira is one of the hatchlings. She's currently still quite small and will be able to sneak into the palace with relative ease. I will be able to send and receive letters from you by that. I think that's the best way to arrange this from now on, since you'll be getting a lot more busy with all the other suitors. And I'll have to make sure that my lair is more appropriately renovated for 2 people. Your Highness, may I ask one more request? Would I be allowed to kiss you? Your lips are one of the sweetest I've ever tasted. I could get addicted to them if I'm not careful. If you say so. One more kiss can't hurt. Are you enjoying this, Your Highness? Perhaps we can spend some more intimate times like this in the future. I don't know how much time we have before the cavalry arrives. Enough? Well then, allow me to kiss you once more. Who knows? Maybe this can work out in the future. Hello my beautiful whispers. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, ringing the notification bell, all that good stuff. It really helps with the algorithm. I'm still figuring out what to do with the outro, so for now, just enjoy this. And until the next one,